will be playing in English. I have, but I don't know if this is a question I should answer honestly or not, because this game is kind of a little bit cheeky about things like this. Hmm. 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 I'm gonna be honest. I have played the Stanley Parable before. Yes. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. That's really, really dark. We'll go with it for now. It's barely visible for me. I think it's slightly more visible on the stream than it is on my monitor, but that's good. That's where it's adjusted for me. Current time is definitely not in the AM. It is in the PM for me. Let me just drop that over to there. Hey, accessibility settings. That's always nice. We love to see some good accessibility. All right. Let's take a quick look here. Oh, subtitles enabled by default. Nice, nice. We'll leave the volume up. We'll see how the volume is when I get in there. Wow. Wow, 239 hertz Stanley Parable. Let's get that anti-aliasing up there. Auto walk? This game has an auto walk? You can crouch? Man, this game is complicated. Alright. Let's see how volume is when we get in here.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Tragic.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right, and we are in it now. I think I will turn down the volume just a tidge. Just a tidge. Like maybe 20% down. We'll leave everything else as it is. Oh man. Oh, we're playing the view. Oh, I'm so happy. Whoa. Stanley, your walking is a little bit floaty. I'm tapping the button and he keep walking for a little bit. This man got some slidey momentum to him. So also, is it me or am I short? Like, I am right above the door handle. I feel like I should be a little farther up than this. Like,
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I like work. I just hate my boss. Wow. How relatable. Lovely landscape. Look at this wonderful office. Man. I would say that maybe Stanley missed the memo to quarantine, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. Oh, this does not make sense. Sales in this quarter. Ah, we love some good spelling. Ooh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're gonna play nice this time, because I don't know what's been changed. So I'm gonna play nice, and I'm just gonna follow the narrator, because he's got a story. He's got a story to tell us. So we're just gonna follow along. Kinda nice.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Marketing Mondays, Termination Tuesdays, We're Broke Wednesday. I don't know what used to be on Thursday, but it's mergers now. Friday is the Pranking Floors meeting. What to do about 432? Don't tell 432 about the meeting. I love pre-reviews of weekly reviews. This is, oh, everyone is unique. You most of all. Wow, I'm the most unique? That's great. I feel so motivated to work. Number of slides on this slide. I love these so much. I remember loving these before too, but they're just, oh man, it's been too long. Please no more charts, please, I'm begging, stop. Oh man, I am pleased to be playing this again. This is a lot of fun for me. Oh. Yes.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. Okay. Are you sure about that, though? Are you sure about that? Yeah. Still a broom closet.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I don't know, man. I think you're giving me a pretty good reason. Just hearing you, Kevin Brighting.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Oh, wow. I feel so hurt. But please keep talking, sir. Your narration is fantastic.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Oh no. I forgot how much I love this.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
He's so stern.
To mention it.
He's so upset. He's so mad at me.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching
Keeps
path.
going though.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh, I think this is what I was looking forward to most of all.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection.
Guess you're going the GLaDOS route.
That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Well, that is very, very Portal.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
He just keeps going.
In a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Hello?
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species.
Oh
Please
my.
remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Humble brag.
When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
All right. So now we're the second player. We have come into this room. We've been told by the narrator to dispose of the body of the person who's supposedly dead at this computer. Yes, I'm dead, and now I'm the other person. So now we come back. Hey, I feel so informed about the historical narrative tropes in gaming. Oh boy, I feel ready to play a game with insightful commentary.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Is that so? Well, now I'm curious, why was that first person in the broom closet to begin with? Like, was there something in here?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details.
Man.
I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
I'm sorry, dude. I am gonna play nice. I promise I'm gonna play nice. I just had to. I'm sorry. The broom closet ending is my favorite. I'm sorry. You could play this game with just the mouse. Like, you can just hold, like, I'm just gonna use the mouse real quick. You can walk with the mouse. You could play this game entirely with the mouse, I'm pretty sure, other than at least your attempts to jump. Also, by the way, I got an achievement for trying to jump but not being able to, and I got an achievement for getting an achievement.
To a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
All right, let's go find him. Hey boss, where are you, boss? Oh, I can go in the executive bathroom? Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Yeah. Sure. I'll check out the executive bathroom. Extreme bathrooms. Bath guy testifies in the trial of the century? What? Literal Time magazine. Classy. Is that vanilla scented hand soap? Nice. You like some good vanilla. Can't open the doors. Nope, those are pretty well shut. Hello,
Stepping into his
boss.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Not at all. No way could I have possibly known this secret PIN number.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Ooh.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
That's different. This is, that was very dramatic. This definitely looks a lot different than what I remember. Anything in the corner? Can't really see. I'm gonna assume there's a floor here. Yep, okay. Down we go. I'm gonna see what kind of dark secrets are lurking down here.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
You know, this feels... It feels like this game almost kind of like... This is one of those, like, Simpsons predicted the future kind of things. Oh. Well, that's always encouraging. Where it's like... When 2020 came around, a lot of people really did start to question, like, am I really happy with the job I'm at right now?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Definitely ignoring this escape. Yeah. I said I'd play nice, so we're gonna do it. Let's go, Mind Control Facility, here we go. Oh boy. Metal with powers beyond our fathoming. What does that say? That's a lot of numbers. That is a lot of numbers. Don't know what they mean though.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I think we do. I think we do. Let's go around and do the thing that we do so well, which is push buttons. Oh, what's this? Employee observation protocol. Well, I don't know what 2A and 2B are. If, despite adherence to Protocol 2A and Protocol 2B, an employee leaves the office during work hours and a system loop has failed, you must terminate. Please note that Employee 432 is a test case. While the need for Protocol 2A may seem unlikely, Procedure 2A to 2C need not apply. In the event of 432 attempting to leave the office, contact supervisor and then contact 432 prize pool? Oh. If a monitoring screen fails to initialize, contact maintenance and temporarily switch control over to desk screen. In the case of a Class 4 event, close system gates and consult with supervisor. In case of a Class 3 event, close system gates and consult with supervisor. Prime your consoles for info dump. Oh. Oh, there's more protocols. There's 1A. If an employee begins exhibiting unscheduled emotions, immediately contact supervisor. Please note that Employee 432 is a test case. Procedure 1A need not apply. If an employee attempts to leave the office via any non-scheduled means, such as a window, vehicle, or unsafe door, set employee status to default and then back to their previous mode. If attempts to leave persist, contact supervisor. If, despite adherence to Protocol 2A, an employee somehow manages to leave the office during work hours, you must initiate lockdown procedure. Initiate lockdown procedure for that section immediately and without delay. This will create a temporary loop in system architecture that must then be closed by your immediate superior. Man, this is some SCP kind of stuff. Very, very interesting though. Oh, there's no way I can read that. I'm sure that's probably you could like data mine that file out of the system somewhere. Oh. Maybe we'll do that when we come back. I don't want to fall to my death just yet. Yeah, I can't read that. I think you'd have to pull the texture directly from the files to really be able to properly read that. Ooh, urgent. Employees should never, under any circumstances, attempt to... We love ourselves a good
Now
inopportune
the monitors
cutoff.
jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
What's up
Each
there?
bore the number
Aw.
of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
Hmm.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What's up with 234? Employee 234's readout screen is like weird looking. Also, there's the there's a nice little logo. Are there any other ones that are like that? I'm not really noticing any. I think that's the only one that's kind of like glitched out that way. Keep that in mind. We are getting some hints about other possible endings or paths to choose from. And we'll explore some of those as we go, because there's a lot to unpack in this game. There's a lot to unpack. But let's do what we do best and push some more buttons.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible.
Also
to
another
believe it
catwalk
couldn't
over
be
there.
True. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't
Pirate.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Never.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
It's time to bring down the power. Row, fight the power.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Power to the people.
Freedom
Power to
was
the people.
mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go. Not only is the narrator still saying he's going to like go through the door, but I as a player am also telling him through keyboard, go forward. We're not quite done yet. It's not quite that
Stanley
simple.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Someone telling him how to feel. Hmm. Hmm. The end is never, the end is never. And here we are back again. Just when you think you've done all you need to do to be free. This reality is just too terrible to face.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that.
Obviously not.
This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
Just wait it out.
Nothing will hurt me.
Just wait it out.
Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive.
Good things come to those who wait.
Very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Hey. So that's another ending. Just a real quick, can't handle the pressure. F1. What happens if I press F1? Nothing. Cool. I like pushing buttons. Push the buttons. Yes. Yes. Push the buttons. More button push. Alright, that's enough work for today. I'm gonna head out.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
But there is a nice little window here. Let's say we take a walk outside.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Right?
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
It's fantastic. Let's take a look
Okay,
around.
I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No, I'm never sick of this gag. It's great.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer?
Oh yeah, go on.
Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
Oh, I know where you go with this game.
Now,
I know where
think
you're
about
going.
it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time.
It's a real
What if
thinker.
the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh,
Good question.
and this is Rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Sorry, guys.
Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I guess this would be one of the ones where you do have to restart the game yourself. I think there are some endings like that. But I really appreciate all the thinking that had to go into the writing of this. It's fantastic. Just double checking. Okay, that's a solid wall over there. This is slightly raised away from the wall. There's like a slight bump there. Kind of interesting. Still can't jump. Still can't jump. The script for this game must have been massive. And Kevin Brighting does such a great job of narrating every single piece of it. It is fantastic. Like, the narrator for this game is one of the big reasons why I was heavily considering going into voice acting. Well, let's begin the game again. And you know what? He did build up that other option pretty well. It made me real curious.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm curious, what does that other option do?
Find a trace of his co-workers.
I'm out again. Hello?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Alright.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary.
He is very good. He's a very good narrator.
And its examination of structural narrative
tropes. They did a good job.
So, now that you're here, what do you think?
Casting him.
Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to
More
drink
games
it
with
all
the narrator
in?
from Bastion? I have not heard.
Okay,
I've not played
I'm over it
Bastion.
now. What do you think?
I'll have to take a listen. Okay, now's our chance. Yes, definitely.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Oh no.
There once was a man named Stanley,
yes, limericks.
who people considered so manly.
Yes.
But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly.
Oof.
What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function.
Oof.
Which is why he's in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Well, that was beautiful. Well done, sir. Well done. You even got to do a little bit of character acting beyond the narrator, just like that little extra bit of scathing tonality. That was delightful. This is lovely music, isn't it? The constant white void is not really doing wonders for my lighting. Yeah. We're still here. We're still down by the windows. We haven't gone anywhere else. I just want to see, is it gonna loop again? Okay. I think it's gonna be similar to the other one. I'm not gonna try to do like everything. I'm just gonna wander around and see what happens. Oh, new layout. Okay, that's another thing this game does. It changes what layout you have based on decisions you've made. So I think it cut out the office wandering areas so that I don't try to go out the window again. Cool. First game from Supergiant Games. Music is amazing in it too. I will have to give that a look because I know I've heard about it before at some point. I just have not We're not actually seeing anything of it. So I'll have to take a look at that sometime. Why can I walk through my chair? Okay, good. I can still press my buttons, so I'm still Stanley. Good to know. But yeah, it's just taking us straight to the choice door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, well, we'll keep going left. Well, we'll do another left. 413. Here's the meeting room.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Nope.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided, oh no, no.
Broom closet time.
I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
It's listening to you. I like to listen to you, sir. You are the reason I'm here. Sir, please. Please. Why? Why are you so avoidant of me? Okay, fine. We'll go back upstairs.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Up to the office. Oh, the store opens now. Elevator? Ooh. Oh, these pieces of paper are glowing. Also, I realize that's just a sound that happens whenever I click the mouse. It's just a keyboard sound. Like, that's not my keyboard. That's the in-game making that sound. These pieces of paper are very, very glowy. They've got a lot of bloom on them. All right, let's take the elevator. Let's go somewhere. Let's go to a fun place. Listen carefully, you can hear the narrator in your left ear. Now this is an excellent use of royalty-free music. I wonder what kind of direction they gave Kevin Brighting for this part. Like, what did they tell him to do? He's like in the corner. Getting bored now. Oh, this poor man. Now I'm curious. That's the problem. Now I'm curious. I think he's like on the verge of falling asleep. I swear I'm gonna hear him like start snoring. What's he doing? Okay, I'll put an end to it. We've had our fun. and went absolutely nowhere. So, off we go. The boss's office, right?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Couldn't possibly be 284. No.
Stanley wondered aloud to nobody.
I didn't register
he began
my
wildly
4.
tearing through papers on the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Sorry,
so
dude.
he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Calmly walked forward. I feel so calm after that calming New Age music. Oh man, I love this game. It's such an absolute delight, I have to say. Fantastic.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yep, I do that. I do that. Alright. I need to find out what happens if you make bad choices.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh. Well, this is rather solid. Let's see what happens if we take the plunge, shall we? Oops. That was a long fall.
You've made it to the bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Welcome. You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the Mind Control Facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it.
Yes.
And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content.
New content!
You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret.
Exclusive
that's just
music.
for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Yes.
Good job. You did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job. You made it to the bottom of the mind control facility.
Yeah.
You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending.
Yeah,
now
it's an ending.
I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
Good job, you did it. Good
Oh,
job,
this is fantastic.
Good job, you did it.
I'm so happy.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
Oh, this is delightful. I did it. Now we're back in a weird looking one. Oh, this is a weird looking office layout. Oh my gosh. Oh, they really thought of everything, didn't they? That's new. That's definitely new. That's the kind of thing I didn't want to accidentally spoil for myself if I played through off stream. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. Oh wow. They wrote new music. They wrote new music for it and everything. It's fantastic. Yeah. Nifty.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
This is a weird
Perhaps he had
layout.
simply
Oh.
missed a memo.
Well, there are the doors.
When Stanley came to a set
Okay.
of 2 open doors,
We
he
still
entered
have
the
something
door
we
on his
need to
left.
do over here. We're not done here yet. First time through, we fight the power.
Yet there was not a single
Now we're
person
gonna
here
try to
either.
take the power for
Feeling
ourselves.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley
I
decided
can't
to
go
up
in
to
the
his
broom
boss's
closet no
office,
more.
hoping he might find
He
an
boarded
answer
it
there.
off. Truly, this is the
Coming
darkest
to a
timeline.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, up we go. Ah, I got stuck.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
And if you go through fast enough times, they're just like, yeah, you know what's going on here. You want the achievement for beating the game in a certain amount of time. Which is an achievement, by the way. At least it was in the original. I never got it. Because I've never...
Stanley walked straight ahead.
I never
through the
ran
large
through
door
this
that
game
read
fast enough
Mind
to
Control Facility.
get the speedrun achievement. So that's always fun. That's something to aim for.
The lights rose on an
So I guess
enormous room
speedrun,
packed with
you would have to,
television
like...
screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
You would have
Stanley
to-
thought to himself.
you
Did
would
he
have to do
the
this.
strength to find out.
To go a little bit faster. Just to get a little bit faster through the catwalk.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
You have to do it carefully,
the
though.
lives of so many
Don't wanna accidentally
individuals
fall.
reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley,
You can
one of
fall
them,
there, though.
eternally monitored
Yeah,
in
you
this
can't
place,
go over that catwalk.
freedom meant nothing.
Oh, okay.
This mind control facility,
Nice box.
it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
What is
that
up
his
with 234?
emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I guess we should look for employee 234's area.
No.
Their work
He
area, see if we can
refused to
find it.
believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in
Might be
someone
another
else's
secret
control?
there.
Never.
Might
It
be
was
another secret.
unthinkable. Wasn't
Secrety
it?
secret.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
I like
Controls
buttons.
labeled
I
with
like pushy
emotions.
buttons.
Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working.
5.
All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Alright,
And as the cold
let's try to take the
reality of
power
his
for
past
ourselves.
began to sink in,
We have the
Stanley
power.
decided that
We
this
have the
machinery
power.
would never
Power
again
is
exert
ours
its
now.
Terrible... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
Don't worry, we
I'm
will
afraid
later.
you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say,
2 minutes?
2 minutes.
Sounds right.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
5.
What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments
3 attempts
each one of them
remaining.
is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know
Beep,
where
boop.
to start.
Oh no, backup power.
I'd like to know where your co-workers
Enable
are.
backup power to
A
activate.
moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Where is it?
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness,
Rip.
only 34 seconds left.
No power.
But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock.
How
Why
much?
not?
Oh,
These are precious
a
additional
minute,
seconds.
20 seconds.
Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Ooh, green
Did you just
X.
assume when you saw that timer that something in this
Green
room
X?
was capable of turning it off?
Orange.
Look at you, running
Green.
from button to button,
Uh-oh.
screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
Blue.
These
Blue.
numbered buttons.
Blue.
No, these
Blue.
colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have
Fail
any
safe.
idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley. You're only
Tragic.
still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see
Narrator
you
getting
made
dark.
humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's
see.
30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces.
That shake,
Will
though.
you cling desperately to your frail life? Or
That
will you let it
shake,
go
though.
peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Well. We're fine. We're back. Nobody died. We're okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Nothing
What
bad.
could it mean?
Oh,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Let's turn
Perhaps
that
he had
off.
simply missed a memo.
and turn that off.
No matter how hard Stanley
And
looked,
turn that
he
off.
couldn't find a
And
trace
turn
of
that
his
off.
co-workers.
Alright, I've heard a lot about employee 432. I wonder where they are. Oh, awaiting input. Here. I think I need to get up on the desk or something for that, right? There we go. That's something, I guess. Maybe. Knowing this game, who knows? Back rooms there. What is employee 425? Oh, they're playing solitaire. Or free cell. Something like that.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
You want to keep doubting my actions, sir? Unmarked door?
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No,
I was just trying doors, dude.
I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A
just wanted-
measly 5
I just
clicks.
wanted doors.
Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Truly. A valiant effort. To do 20. Let's do it.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
I agree.
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
50 clicks, you say? Well, let's just give this door a good old clicking frenzy. How about that? Click, click, click.
No, I'm still not
Hey,
feeling
Bless, how's it
I want
going?
this achievement to have meant something. It has to be
We're trying to
true
impress the
reward for
narrator right now.
valiant effort. I want to see some hustle,
Want some
Stanley.
hustle.
I want to see
Yeah, the hustle,
commitment,
right.
a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost.
Absolutely.
Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417, 20 clicks. Got it. Where are we going? Where is it? It's over here. 417, 20 clicks. Go!
Great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437 would be back this way, I would think. Ah, there it is.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Yeah, Blizz, you came in at a particularly chaotic moment. Up until recently, this... Well, now I feel targeted. Now I feel targeted. This is rude. How much do you want to bet as soon as I try to approach this door, it's going to close and be unopenable? That's my prediction. Watch this door close in my face and be unopenable. Wait for it. Hello? New content? I didn't expect the door to actually let me come in. I can't read those, they're too far away. But don't worry, we'll come back for clicks later. But something's happening over here. And I'm not sure what it is. Uh-huh, this is new. Oh no.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable
Yo, what is
Ultra
this?
Deluxe.
What
As
is
you
this?
may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Wow.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
I love this so much.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh,
Okay.
well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yes, even the narrator is excited. That's how you know it's gonna be good. Let's go. Oh, wait.
So far, it's an elephant.
No way.
Nothing special
I
yet,
recognize
but
this.
I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Wait. These textures, they look familiar.
Is it broken? What's going
Are
on
these the
here?
textures from
Should
like the
we-
first version
Should
of this
we be
game?
moving somewhere? Or,
Oh,
there we go.
there we go.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Content, here we go. That's what we're here for. That's why I stream. It's content. The jump circle.
All right. All right, let's see it.
Wait.
The jump circle?
We can jump inside the circle? Press space to jump. Yes! Oh, I got a nice little hop. Yes, let's use all the jumps. We can jump. Jumping, jumping. Give me the hops. Stanley got mad hops. At least 36 of them. Oh, man. We finally get to jump. Jump around. We did it. That's all the jumps. No more jumping for us.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I don't know, man. I think it's pretty impressive that all of this works with no wiring of any sort. It's just like plastered on the wall. It doesn't, is this supposed to have wiring? I guess this has wiring. But how is it detecting my jumps? How is it giving me the ability to jump? That's some witchcraft right there. All right.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Absolutely.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else.
I swear.
I'm ready for whatever it is.
Is it just gonna take me back to the jump circle with refreshed jumps? Okay, this is different. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I am loving this. But that elevator reminds me of like the very first build in the source engine of the Stanley Parable. I think those were some of like the same type of textures. That looks very familiar to me. It's been a long time since that prototype though. Well, let's see what this is about. Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks, just you and me having a great time together like always.
Absolutely.
What do you say, friend?
Let's do it. What is this? What happened? Oh, this is getting way too meta. Oh no. Oh wow. Test achievement, please ignore. I cannot jump. There is no jumping. That is still not a thing I can do. I'm not capable of jumping. Alright, what happened? Oh, no narration? Well, there's the normal office in a picture. No narration, that's...
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
What? The what? Okay. What? Narrator, what? We're going in the vents. Coffee nut? What's going on over here? Oh. That looked like solid ground to me. Oh, it is solid ground.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
No.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers
No
won't
way,
find it.
wait.
Just our little secret. Take a look.
You didn't load the prototype in, did you? The thing I was talking about? What is this? What is this? Are we playing Elden Ring? Wait.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
The narrator's happy place.
Like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Wait. Oh man, these flowers are like... I need to pick these flowers and use them for alchemy. I'm getting Skyrim loot goblin vibes right now. Don't forget. Zone, sweet zone, oh my god.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Shapes. Graphs. Oh, look at that. Stanley Parable Collector's Edition. Agile performance for an agile business. Deploy high-impact growth strategies. Dynamically streamline human capital. Wow. Incredible. The clock's set to 2013. Stanley Parable. I remember they have the postcards. It's the Museum of the Stanley Parable. Oh man, the Audience Award in 2014. A definitely legitimate British Academy of Film and Television Arts trophy. Last of Us. Oh, I love it. Good times indeed. Let's begin again. And then the original remake. Because it was built in the same engine as like Half-Life 2 originally. And then in 2013 they had like the actual version pretty much like what we have now. But now we have the Ultra Deluxe, which I'd say it's been a pretty good experience so far. I think the Ultra Deluxe content was definitely worth it. Oh, there's our first dollar. Stanley Parable demonstration. They have the demo there. Don't play for 5 years. I actually got this achievement. Pretty sure. Oh, the unachievable achievement. It was a nominee for the British Academy Award, I'm pretty sure. For game innovation, debut game, and story. New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Indeed it does. Oh. In loving memory of little Stanley. No! I don't want to cry today. It's supposed to be fun. What is this? Little Stanley, no! Oh, this bench is lovely. I wish I could sit on the bench and enjoy that view a little bit more. Who's playing that piano? Who's playing the piano? It's up there.
C'est là, dans la mémoriso, où je me remémore les jours où je t'ai
Why is it in French?
rencontré, mon amour.
Why is there a French song about memories?
Mais ici, c'est aussi où je me souviens de la sortie de
I'm scared to walk inside because I don't want the song to end.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
It's impressive.
That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3.
Persona
it was
3.
all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I mean, that's pretty generous to put an hour on that, but yeah, sure. Look at all these award winnings and honorable mentions. Stanley Parable really did a good job. These are wonderful memories. Yep. And there's the doors. What's down here? Memory zone maintenance. Well, I guess I'm not allowed to go there. Alright. Person of the Year, I think that's supposed to be Stanley, but oh, the buttons! Oh! Buy on Steam. A little bit of the development and some very, very blurry JPEGs. Very, very meta. So yeah, that must have been like, I think there was a collector's edition, huh? Looks like it. Ah, the happy button, I want it.
Here's another moving passage,
Repeatable carpet
this time from
textures.
GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I love the absolute irony of this, though. People play games because of what they can do inside them, and your game is very good at letting them know they can't do anything, literally anything. I mean, that is Stanley Parable in a nutshell, right? Sir. Oh, the serious room. There it is, the serious room. I don't know if we'll get to see that. I don't know if we'll get to see that this time around, but can I can't get in the serious room. Narrator, I think we have a problem. I think I have to go fix something in the maintenance room real quick. Hold on.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
It's the maintenance zone. You gotta maintain your memories, right? Oh. Why can I stand on part of the drink machine? Interesting.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam,
Oh, no.
the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years.
Oh,
I can't
no.
even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Oh,
Surely
no.
these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh no. We're about to face some harsh truths in the repressed memories.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
So offended.
Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Exactly. It's already perfect as it is. We don't need to add more. Clearly that's the whole point we're driving home here. Oh boy, there's a lot of Steam reviews down here. There's a lot of them. No, can't open that door.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Oh
You
no.
can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Everything's got two sides to it, right? It happens. This is so trippy to experience, though.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Well... interesting philosophy. Well, there's the skip button. What's going on back here? What's going on back here? Nothing's going on back here? I guess we have a skip button. What? What? Now this is a tough choice. Skip button or dark void? I'm really tempted to, Choices, I don't know. I'm really curious to see where this goes. I want to see this path through.
And here it is.
I want
Go
to see this
ahead and
path
give it
through.
a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get.
Oh,
well,
no.
don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this.
Oh no.
The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards. The deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than
so
forever
great.
ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices,
It
or what have
loops.
you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth,
It
until
loops.
inevitably.
Okay. Hey, we're done.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games.
Yeah, sure it was.
Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd
Oh,
say
the
it was
irony is
perhaps
sinking in
less
real
of a
quick.
rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very
Oh,
briefly,
no.
and you can tell me what you think.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every
Wait.
choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought?
What?
Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite?
Ooh.
You see, it could in fact be both of these things
My
at
brain.
once, that you are both making choices
My
and
brain.
not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto,
Oh,
but now
my
I'm going
brain.
to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it
Okay,
has much
do
more of
that.
a treatise vibe.
Yeah,
to it.
do that one.
But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much
Manifesto.
grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will.
I am tempted to go jump in the void,
See,
but
now
hey,
you've got me going
I
up the
can't do that
manifesto.
anymore.
Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently.
Is it called the
I'm going
reset
to say
button?
each word back and
Oh,
forth
no.
in repeated succession until I become
Oh,
sick
no.
of one or the other.
Oh, no.
In which case, the word I am not sick of shall be the
This is
victim.
actually a good idea, but
It is
oh
an
no.
unimpeachable strategy, Stanley.
Here comes
It's
the skip
rescued
button
me
again.
from disaster in countless situations.
Just wait for it.
All right.
Here we go.
Treatise, manifesto. 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 Treatise, manifesto.
Skip.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say
Cookie
about this,
9.
and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at
Yes.
least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works.
Shouldn't we all?
Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to
Just the
change
one
their
user.
review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over.
Oh no.
How about
Here's
this?
another one.
From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. Oh, I have to write that down. Wait. From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. That's fantastic. Hold on. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. That is fantastic. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I guess we're skipping.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Oh, the door's
skip
gone.
button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go?
I noticed that
Wasn't
too.
there a door that led into this room?
Right here.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there?
There's one there.
I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall?
These are
Is there
bricks
any
too.
possibility
No.
that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any
This is where
option
the
at
door
all.
was.
I'm asking you to work with me here.
I'm trying, dude.
We need a door. We need a door of some kind.
I'm trying to make
I can
one.
work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
For the interests, for the sake of time, I would, if I were not doing this on a stream, I would wait here. I would just let the game run and wait here and see if anything happens. But for the interest of moving the story along, I'm sorry, narrator. I've got to press the button.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12
hours.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
I know.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley.
I am well aware.
There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again.
Oh no.
I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm
no.
fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child. Wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, and that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here. And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship.
No.
Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, no, no. I know you too well. You'll be leaving me again. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews.
Why did you loop?
Reviews that I couldn't get
Why
out of
did
my
you
head.
loop
I just
so
couldn't
uncleanly, sir?
ignore the negative feed.
What happened?
Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh, it's dark.
You're back. Oh my goodness.
Well, that plant is
I had
dead.
someone to talk to
How long
again.
has it been?
Stanley, I think it's been a week.
A week?
Or 2 weeks.
I've
been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak
I don't want to be near the button.
And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear
Narrator's
me,
losing it.
then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying.
God.
I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here.
Oh, my brain.
I am a being. I am someone.
My brain is trying
I am
so
being
hard
listened to. I am being recognized.
to comprehend.
The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it. To think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
And I'm sorry, dude. I have to push the button again. I'm sorry. Ah.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you.
That plant is very dead now.
Everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
Oh no.
To begin with, there is only regret.
Oh no.
There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
Oh no.
Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment. And I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and
Getting
that each
so
of them
existential.
was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness,
Dude,
the
I want to hear
equanimity
you
of
out.
the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my
But I'm Stanley.
experience. And then, this
Stanley
moment
pushes
passed,
buttons.
and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival.
Okay.
If I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
Well, that is all well and good, Mr. Narrator. But I am afraid that unless there is anything else I can do in this very room right now, unless there's anything else that I can do, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to push the button again. Goodbye. Oh. It's the moment. Oh no. I think he's gone. We've skipped too far. Oh no, we've skipped too far. We skipped the narrator out of existence. There's a fire alarm going off. Clock fell off the wall. I don't want to stay here with that.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. it wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this.
You don't sound mad.
I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time.
That turnaround, though.
In fear and insecurity, and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves, they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being is in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amuse them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us.
Where are the jokes, Mr. Potter? Oh my god. All of this theoretically stemming from a single Steam review? Oh my god. Oh, hey look, yellow button.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
No, it's the loading screen.
Is never the end, is never the end.
This is getting spooky now. There's still no door. Fire alarm's not going off anymore. Okay, that's different. Well, the building has started to fall apart. That's definitely not good. How many decades, centuries have gone by? That's sounding promising. Oh. We have daylight now. Nah, it's just a natural skylight. It's fine. The fan has long since ceased to function. The fire alarm probably, now that I think about it, just completely ran out of power. That's why it's not going off anymore. Oh. And so the cycle of life continues. Nature takes back over. It's actually rather pleasant. To be amongst the ferns and the vines. Some nice little plants. Nice little place to be. This right here, I feel like that would actually make a pretty decent thumbnail if someone was a YouTuber. Speaking of creating content, because that's the whole thing we're going down here. This was all because this is the deluxe edition. We need new content, and narrator was disappointed with the new content. So we took a trip down memory lane, and now we're here. After all that. Okay. Well. This is significantly spookier. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stick around as long for this one. Stanley Parable? Why is Stanley Parable turning into a horror game? Hello? Why can I hear the wails of demons out there? Hello? Yeah, I don't know. I ain't no Doom guy. I'm not going out there to slay. Oh no. Well, I don't think the skip button's gonna work anymore. Something tells me. Yeah, that skip button is definitely out of commission now. Well, this has been a fun little adventure. Let's take a look at this building. This one room that we've been in for the whole time. Dystopian game now, let's go. We got Stanley Parable open world. This is Stanley Parable Fallout. Let's go. We found the wasteland. Well, I suppose it doesn't really make much difference which way we go. Perhaps we don't get to go any way at all. And just like that, we're back in the office again. That was a journey. That was a journey. Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't know. I think we like clicking
please.
doors.
Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you
Let's go
think an
turn off some
achievement is worth?
monitors while I wait.
No.
I can't.
We gotta
just
get
give
our
these
clicks
merits away for
after
such little effort.
after viewing all that
A
new
measly 5
content.
clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times.
All
I would
right.
say that's the kind of effort that warrants
20
recognition.
times. Let's go. Let's go.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly
Ooh.
50 clicks.
That's 2 inputs. We're getting somewhere. After all that.
I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have
After
meant
all
something. It has to be
that.
a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter
Alright, we
what
gotta
the
go
cost.
417, right?
Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Yep, 20 clicks into here. Let's go.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. The fury in my soul toward the new game.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Which part of it, Bless? Which part? No! You're not doing this to me again! No! No! You can't do this to me! Oh no! New content! Let me get the clicks.
Now, back to door number 437.
Let's go get the clicks first, and then we'll come back for the new content.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
This
All right,
thing?
back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Oh, we're close. We'll go check out that.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Get on here. Get on there.
Yes! This
We're
is
doing it.
great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up.
Let's
Go give
go.
me a few clicks on door 416.
416. That's over here too, right? Where's 416? It's not there. 417. 416 is in a weird spot, isn't it? Where is 416? Is it this one? Where's 416? Is it normally that one? No way. Is that normally 416? I don't see 416. This is where it would be. I don't think we can get the clicks. I think we have to go to the new content. Alright, new...
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Oh,
We've
416!
almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
There's 416, it's in there! Okay, copy machine, where is it? It's in this room. It's over here, we're almost there. Hold on. Hold on.
Finish it off, Stanley!
5
clicks on door 430!
Yes!
We did it!
Yeah!
Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes
Oh
ago,
my
you
God.
believed an achievement was worth 5
This
little
game
clicks.
is amazing.
There we are. What were you thinking?
Oh, what was I thinking? Only 5 clicks. Clearly not worth an achievement at all. We've really learned something today. Alright, you have something to show me? You have something to show me? What do we got? Alright, take me on a journey. Where are we going? Oh, it didn't take me through the whole thing again. Okay. Also, I like how the new content thing is on the other side of the door too. Interesting. Okay, what have you got, narrator? What did you rustle up?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Yo! We get a sequel! The end is never the end again!
Yes, you
Or
see,
two
isn't this
seven.
far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yes, this is the Stanley Parable we needed. Clearly. Oh man. Testing 2 printers at the same time. Seems like that went well. Wow. 2. Imagine how many people are gonna use this for like clickbait thumbnails though. Like, Stanley Parable 2!
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2...
It's the adventure
now
line.
That's an artistic statement
the sequel.
right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Oh, this is delightful. Truly, this is the experience that we all deserved. Look at these nice offices. Man, I can't wait for Stanley Parable 2. Unless we're doing it right now, and this is it. They're back. 2 doors. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. It's old and busted. We got the new hotness. Boring sections of the chart, and we got that cool red section of the chart. Dang, even the charts are improved. The color red. Oh man. It's the fern! They're gonna have... Oh, is it between 2 ferns? Are we gonna be between 2 ferns? Oh man. Oh, this is
Now, to be clear,
deliciously
I haven't quite
meta.
nailed
I
down
love
what
this so
exactly
much.
The Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Oh,
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 arms, 2 legs. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is delightful. I'm loving this. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City, Divinity Original Sin 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, Dark Souls 2. The irony of that last one, though. The Stanley Parable 2 is the sequel to the Stanley Parable is the prequel to the Stanley Parable 2. Oh, it's so good. Look at all these 2s. They've got to do a lot of 2 research. Every pause button is a Roman numeral 2. Just the 2 of us, we can make it if we try. Ooh. This way to the show floor. Let's go. Look at these new features. Hello, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. New content. Dude, I want to get on the content bus. Oh man, get me on that party bus. This is delightful. Great mug. Great mug. Whoa!
Here we are.
The
Go on,
reassurance
try out
bucket.
some of the new features.
Oh man! Stanley Parable Expo, let's go! Hear your name in the game. Oh man. The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. That's new. That is new. Let's try it out.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I
this.
asked myself,
Look at this
what do
layout.
players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually
perfect button.
recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
This might be... Oh, I really hope this is what I think it is. I hope it does exactly what I think it does. Please. Please do the thing I think you're gonna do. Please.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Yes.
Just play along. I promise you'll
Absolutely,
love it.
let's do it. Okay.
Here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then
I feel
please
it in my soul.
step forward and press the button.
With all of my heart and soul, I am Jim.
Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Oh, again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
Absolutely.
Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
I gotta hit it one more time.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise,
No,
soon
my Jim
you'll
button.
start to lose all sense of who
My Jim button, no!
Jim.
Bring it back!
Jim.
Jim, no! Jim, come back! No! Oh no! Who's Hari? I'm Jim! It took my button away.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That
What?
would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
What is this little clip art? Wait. You changed it so it just says Jim. That's Jim. You heard Jim in the game. Oh no, I'm assuming this is an exit or something. Oh wait. Epilogue. That. Please no screenshots. A whole new office. Look at that rug though. Red is the new orange. The new updated ray traced, more of the same but in a good way sequel to the the baby. Oh no, it's making that sound. The baby's all grown up. No way. Consistent quality with just the right amount of change. It's got Schween shaders. New features, new content, new ideas. Look at all those ideas, content, and features. Oh, the jump circle. Wait. Hold on. We're all good. I'm sorry. I'm allergic to amazing things. That's why I play this game. I don't know. It got merch. I saw the new content. No way. This t-shirt is the best new feature. Oh, please tell me they actually have all of these things available. They've got a QR code. Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm sorry, I have to do this. Hold on. Wait. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way they actually did this, right? Wait. Hold on. It's StanleyParable2.com. Wait, there's a website. Wait. If you're more of a prequel person, check out the Stanley Parable. Oh no. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out later. Oh my gosh, that is incredible. That is incredible. Oh no. That is fantastic. Oh no. Oh man, okay. There's a website. I'm gonna have to look at that later. Oh no. That is delightful. Okay, there is a website. I'll check that out later. But I need to see this reassurance bucket. I absolutely need a reassurance bucket after all that we witnessed in the skip
common
button
complaint of the Stanley
ending.
Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Where is
You
it?
see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
Oh.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Oh.
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
Okay.
Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Oh. Yes. I get to hold the bucket?
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair,
What was that?
must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Man, I'm looking forward to the sequel. Oh. Wow. I think I might have to put that as a sound alert. Just that sound. Oh, it's delightful. Are you kidding me? What was that noise though? Oh boy, okay. I have my reassurance bucket. You're not gonna let me take it with me, are you? It has to stay on the showroom floor, right? No.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Most enjoyable bucket. Oh man, look at, there's Stanley. There he is. $344, huh? Interesting. I guess maybe let's go through the one here. Oh, the jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2.
I don't
as
have any
well.
jumps left.
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yes.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Oh, they accounted for that. That's awesome. Because nobody ever thought they would see the jump circle again. I'm sure of it. That's awesome. There's so many new iterations of narration I'm gonna have to look through on my own. For things exactly like getting here while still having jumps. And probably even one specific to if you have spent jumps, but not all of them. And there's probably one if you don't use any jumps the first time you see it.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get Well Someday or Happy 12th Birthday Step Niece. I like the idea of Get Well Someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you
just
realize
decide that you want the other
knew
one,
which
yep.
one you actually really wanted all along.
Well played.
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece it is.
Well played.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No.
No, you gotta stick to it. You gotta stick to your decision, dude. You can't be flip-flopping now. You gotta make a decision, you gotta stick to it. Man, there's so much to see. Let me take a look at the map. Let's see. We're here at the map. We've been to the jump circle. We've been to the reassurance bucket. We've been to the merch table. Let's see. We went to the button that says the name of the player playing the game. Settings World Champion. Is that upstairs? That might be upstairs. It is upstairs. We're gonna find the Settings World Champion. Oh, I can't go in there. I can't be a Settings World Champion? Dang, let's go to the Infinite Hole then. Oh wait, collectibles. That's new. You can find them. Can you find them? Collect them all. Oh boy.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching
Look
a
at
number
the crowd
go
of
up.
people
You
around
simply
it.
collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
I mean, fair enough. Look at all these people in praise of the Stanley figure collectible. It's a little spooky in this room. I'm gonna... There's one! Collect them all. Oh. The room doesn't exist anymore. I can't move backwards. The room doesn't exist anymore.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
And clearly I don't want to go to the exit yet. We've still got things to see. Like this free new and easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. It just works. Let's go. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps, it just works. Let's go get
Now,
one.
here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Whoa.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Wow. We can get the test achievement that easily. They fixed the problem, let's do it.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. That technology does seem like it would take quite a while to develop. You can't just get an achievement lever working overnight. Especially not for an achievement that's been difficult to acquire since 2013. Alright.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
That spoke to my soul. I wasn't expecting that. Concrete contemplations. How to look at concrete and how to not look at it. Fair enough. Time and depth. So there's... I'm not gonna look at that chart for too long. Okay. There's infinite depth. This hole is infinitely deep. There's a lot of, there's science, there's some hole, there's some more hole in there, there's infinity, falling, there's a lot of more. A lot of more. It just keeps going. Alright, let's check out this.
Stanley,
Oop, there it
here's
is.
an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game.
Never.
This is in fact a hole that you can fall
The holy
down
moly.
forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning
Whoa.
leap forward for video games as a medium.
Ceiling is closing on this room. Well, putting away laundry and randomly remembered the mute button. Fair enough. I am gonna have to remember like all the different things I set up because it has been a while. But everything should still work. I just don't remember what things I've put into place. Alright. Alright, narrator. I hope you put a way to have us come back out of the hole. Here we go.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Press G to return to the surface. Whoa.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the
Why?
top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Is this not bottomless? Is that the problem?
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly agree.
Yeah, I'm not gonna...
I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Yeah, we'll get infinite hole technology someday. Again, remember, this is just a demo of some things that he's working on for Stanley Parable 2. Best not to stress test too hard at the demo. Want to make sure other people can try things out without them being broken as well. Well, that was delightful. I'll have to come back and try that the infinite hole sometime. Let's see. Well, the only other place we haven't been yet is the epilogue, which I believe was over here.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Right, fair enough. Okay. I think we've seen everything here now. I think we've walked the entirety of the... Well... Let me just double check. Oh. I can make the subtitles larger? Oh. Translation labels? Interesting. Color labels. Oh. Content warnings. That's probably good to have on. Reduce difficulty for time-sensitive inputs and precision platforming. Does this game have that? Oh, you can toggle auto walk? That'd be cool. Interesting. I did not realize that there was like a content warning thing. Well, that's probably a good thing for me to turn on. Yeah, good thing we haven't really come across anything like that. Did not know that was in this game. Must be some of the new content.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
I believe so. Though you asking me that question makes me kind of think maybe there's something else, but I think we'll be fine. Ooh, boy. New mug. Man, that's a lot of red. Whoa. Now, what is this here?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
I believe it.
There's definitely a good game in there somewhere.
Absolutely.
Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
I'll just toss some things together.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
There it is. Oh, look at those balloons.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
Oh, there's a collectible.
Hold on. Let me do a different
arrangement.
arrangement.
I want them.
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley?
Oof.
This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Fair enough.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
I'm feeling some irony creeping in
I
again.
suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Stanley Parable 2. Yo, we're playing Stanley Parable 2. Let's oh, these are the settings. Let's go. Let's begin the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
We're actually playing the Stanley Parable 2.
And he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push.
Happy 12th birthday, Stepniece!
This is what employee 427 did every day,
Oh,
every month,
no.
of every year. And although others might
Okay,
have
so
considered
now
it
when we
so
play through, we have to look for the Stanley
relished
Parable
every
2
moment
features.
the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Okay, we gotta find the gym button.
Was happy.
We gotta find the gym button. I gotta hear my name in the
And then
game.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would
There
forever
it is.
change Stanley. Something he would
Oh, I
never
love
quite
this.
forget.
Please tell me there's a sequel to The Broom Closet.
When he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions,
Happy 12th birthday,
call a meeting,
step-niece.
or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
There's just
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked,
There's just
frozen solid,
balloons
Stanley found himself
everywhere in the
unable to move
office.
for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
oh my gosh.
All of his co-workers were
Get the
gone.
balloons.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes.
No
Surely.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace
Surely
of his
there
co-workers.
is. Let me just take a quick peek outside, can I? Okay, I don't see anything else out there. I'm not gonna accidentally go out the window. The reassurance bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yes. There's these like cordons here too. Those weren't there before. Those barriers are definitely new. Oh, this is 416. They moved it into that hallway specifically during the new content stuff so that you could still get the achievement. The balloons.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Bucket exclusive dialogue. Yes, we are entering the left door. There's so many new iterations. It will take forever for people to chart out exactly all the narration that exists in this game. Oh no.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
No. Hey, Bucket, you need to see my favorite room.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
Yes.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's
Yes.
as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet.
It
That's what the broom
does.
closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley.
Can I?
Don't give in.
Oh.
Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your
No,
companion
they're giving a
and
companion
lifelong
cute
friend.
dilemma again.
You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined.
No.
And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
And another thing.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Oh,
There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion.
the
Take
bucket
our
has a sticker on it now.
closet with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Oh my god, I can't do it. Alright. We did it.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and
What?
I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You
Oh.
see? I feel that
Nice.
it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
Yes.
That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not,
You have
can
clear
look down at the
labeling.
sticker and say to yourself, "Ah, it's a bucket."
There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Absolutely. What do you think of that broom closet?
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Who am I kidding? Broom closet ending is still my favorite. I think we're done here. Goodbye, broom closet. We'll see you next time.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay. Anything in the executive bathroom? A collectible!
You found one of them.
I got
one of the
it.
miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
The only
can't
reward
buy
you
that
ever
sort
need.
of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Absolutely. Wouldn't have it any other way. Okie dokie. Ooh, awaiting input? Input received?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Couldn't possibly be.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
The bucket!
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Oh yes, this bucket is really growing on me. Oh, collectible!
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
Yeah!
This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands?
Mini
Stanley
stands?
figs? What about Stanlerines?
Stanlerines!
Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I have a feeling he's gonna make a realization about the Stanlerine later. Alright. Alright, reassurance bucket, let's go. We've got a mind control facility to shut down. We're gonna do it together.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Oh my god. I love this so much.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I love how much that he is really just selling this bucket. It is fantastic.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Oh, the bucket's wondering too. Oh no. Press the button.
Monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
No. I'm reassuring the reassurance bucket. That's
Was the
character
bucket
development.
Under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Feeble mind.
No! He screamed into the bucket.
He screamed into the
couldn't
bucket.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Oh my god.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Oh man, I think I already made that joke earlier, so good one, bucket. Good one. The bucket would never betray us. I don't know what you're talking about, Jim. I don't know what you're talking about. Couldn't possibly be betrayed by the reassurance bucket. We've been friends with them for so long.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket.
The reassurance bucket is too powerful.
The soothing warmth of the bucket will go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it.
Oh no.
Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
They took my bucket away from me! No! The bucket! Where did it go? Oh! They took the bucket away! How could they? Oh no.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Okay. Bit of unique dialogue there. Oh, more input. Yes. Well... Figurine Finders Committee meeting today in the meeting room. Oh, the bucket still got it. Yes.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed
This isn't
over
here
him.
anymore. The little cordon isn't here anymore. We still got the stickers though, so we know it's the same
Stanley
bucket.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Here we go. We're on another bucket adventure. There will be a reward for finding them all. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Places to search. Wait a minute. A large room, lots of boxes. That must be the warehouse. Stairs. And somewhere both red and blue. Is that the red and blue decision door, perhaps? How can we find them? Bottom text. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. Who took these pictures of them? Oh, I love it. I love that they also give you an idea of where to find them too. Follow clues. Figlies! Follow clues provided by employee 416. Okay. Maybe we are the collectibles. Okay. Trust the completionist instinct. Oh my god. Okay, so we found the one inside the sequel exhibit. That's what started the whole thing. We found one in a private but smelly place. I guess that's the executive bathroom. And nearby a fireplace, yeah. We found that one. I guess that was near the... Okay, so... Large room, lots of boxes. I think that's the warehouse. I think I know where we need to go for that. And then stairs. We're gonna be at some stairs pretty soon. And somewhere both red and blue. I think I know where all that is.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
There's
If I
always
did,
something new.
You can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
No more stickers. Truly, truly the saddest. Alright, just wanted to visit the broom closet again. We're all good.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Hold on. There's something under the stairs. There always
I'm going
is.
back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Oh, we know. Just... Stanlerines, Figlies. Stanlerines, Figlies. Stanlerines, Figlies. Stanlerines, Figlies. Stanlerines, Figlies. Just... You know your strategy, buddy. You got it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of
Let's
this
see.
relic, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the
Oh.
bucket knew all along?
He doesn't admonish
Was
me
the
for
bucket guiding him?
entering the code too quickly.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Reassurance Bucket is the strongest entity in this universe, clearly. Alright. Here we go. This time, let's turn the power on.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Praise be to the Reassurance Bucket.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Look at those speed strats.
The monitors
The sheer
jumped to
speed.
life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Unfortunately, we can't climb up
The bucket
these.
had never seen anything
So
like
we can't
this,
get over
and
there.
it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control
I wonder what the
facility's
bucket's gonna think of us
influence as well?
turning the power back
Had
on.
the bucket been told to do things
We
it
haven't
didn't
done
wish
anything to
do?
disobey the
What
narrator
kinds of things
while
does
we've had the bucket
want
in
to
our
do
possession.
or not want to do in the first place? These questions
And I still
raised
haven't found the
curiously
gym
in
button.
Stanley's feeble mind.
Or the infinite hole.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life
It's
in
just not
someone
here.
else's control. Never!
I haven't seen
He
it. It might
squeezed
be in the big
bucket
room with
tighter.
all the
His
buttons.
one friend in the entire world.
We do have the
At
mind
this
control
point,
facility
he could
room
trust
with all the
no one
buttons.
except for the bucket.
Let's take a
But here
look
was the
around.
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotion.
Let's see.
Happy or sad or
No,
content.
nothing there.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
It's a
And
big
as
button.
the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its
There's the
terrible
door.
power over another human life.
Don't
For
see.
he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
Can't go up there
best
yet.
friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Alright. Sorry, Mr. Bucket. We gotta press the on button this time.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped
Mr.
in
Bucket!
horror. Had this been the bucket's
Oh
plan all
no,
along?
it's the
To
betrayal
take
ending.
over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh,
Birds.
silly birds.
Silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
What? What is happening? What? This one. Oh!
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The
What?
mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along?
The bucket
Stanley
is the
marveled at
most
the metal genius in his
powerful
hand,
entity.
the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
Hail,
Of all the
bucket!
possible paths his life
Praise
could have
be
taken,
to the reassurance
this one
bucket.
was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
I wasn't done looking at birds. But we're back here again. Oh. We found heaven. We found bottom. Bottom. Now we can press all the buttons forever. Buttons forever. Nothing but buttons. And they reactivate. Buttons. 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 So many buttons to press. We've done it. We found buttons. Still, the sequel is now paused. I think we have to leave. Oh, nice. So now we can enter button heaven whenever
All of
we
his
want to.
co-workers were gone.
Nice.
What could it mean?
Whoa!
Stanley decided to go
Left
to the
turn
meeting
instead of a
room.
right turn.
Perhaps he had
Give me
the
that bucket.
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Give me the bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
As much as I have enjoyed this very trippy and soul-crushing game, I must go and collect my spawn from their learning establishment. Alright. Thank you for stopping in, Bless. I appreciate it. This game is a bunch of fun. I think we're gonna have to do another stream of this because there's so much more to see. We've like scratched the surface. 4 hours just simply is not enough time to see all that there is in the Stanley Parable 2. Because remember, we're not playing Ultra Deluxe anymore, we're playing Stanley Parable 2. Definitely. Well, we still gotta find one in the warehouse in the red and blue room. And don't worry, I will definitely be putting the archive of this on YouTube for sure. So all the stuff from before the nuclear ending, you can see all that as well. Ah, yes, one last send-off, meow. Perfect. Thank you, Bless. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good time picking up the chillins.
Stanley, we must move on.
Okay,
from this
fine, I'll move on from the room.
Simply because I have
I'm sorry.
no remaining stick. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We are gonna walk upstairs. We are going to do that.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Alrighty.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Was the bucket guiding him?
Let's go.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
We have one last thing that we need to do with Mr. Bucket. We gotta go. We gotta go take Mr. Bucket to the bottom of the mind control facility. Gotta do it.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door.
There's
that
no
read,
way he's ever experienced
"Mind
anything like this
Control
before.
Facility."
We gotta share this new world. Turn the lights on so we can
rose
see.
on an enormous room
And down we
packed
go.
with television screens. What horrible scene! But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall.
What is this bucket
Now,
made of?
What to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
What?
It really wasn't so bad down here. A bit cold, perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well.
We're making a
and sort
life
of
for ourselves.
kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
Paninis.
But it wasn't until the rugs and the
Yo.
standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home.
It does
In
feel
fact,
really
after
homey.
some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all.
Wow.
He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and
Oh,
neglected
no.
the cleaning.
Stanley, no.
It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail.
Oh no.
All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true
Oh, no.
ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground.
Oh no.
Bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. but it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
Oh my god, my
It's
brain.
what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Oh my gosh, this game, it just keeps on giving. Hello?
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Well, why would that be at some other desk other than my office? Something's not right about that. Weird. Give me the
Warmth
bucket.
spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Oh, I need to take the bucket out the window. I gotta show him what it's like outside of the building. We gotta go out the window. We gotta go! Out the window. Here we go. This is what it's like outside the building.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein,
Oh no.
of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like... My God, Stanley.
What?
You did it.
What?
You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true
What?
power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless.
What is
You've demonstrated
happening?
such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
What just happened? What is going
A
on?
soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
The bucket's not out there. Dude, what just happened? I feel so unsettled. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm sorry, Mr. Bucket. I gotta go on one journey alone.
When Stanley came to a set
Yeah,
of
we're
2
going
open
left.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna take a little break from Mr. Bucket. Alright, yeah, we're still looking for figurines. I know, we got it, we got it. Oh, the broom closet's blocked off.
Coming to a staircase,
All right, we're gonna
Stanley
go up.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ooh.
Here's the door, just go.
Okay. Thanks. I wonder if they still have the speedrunning achievement in the game. That might be a thing. Let me take a look at this. Yep, 4 minutes 22 seconds, not including load times. There is a speedrun achievement for this game still.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nope, I'm getting out of here. See you later.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Not so sure I believe that.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Well, I can't see the door from here, so I can't confirm that, so we're just gonna keep going.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Well, before we jump into the pit of doom there, I just want to say that when I pulled up the Steam overlay here to get a look at the achievements, one of the Steam guides is how to have comedic timing. Fantastic. Alright. Down we go! Whee! And we're still going. Oh, here we are.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
That's a little flattening. Oh boy.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Okay. Well, the Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
So this area here is like behind the scenes of the game, with a little bit of like developer commentary. Like this is the walk up to the decision. Just thinking about how the corridor had to be designed so that the player reaches this decision in a decent amount of time. And this area does spoil other endings as well, including some that never originally made it into the game. So I won't be exploring this too much here, because I want to leave some of the surprises for later. I'll just take a peek around and see if I find anything. Some development of the boss's office. Trying to find anything that's not too spoiler heavy. We had to look at our freedom ending, because that's when we get out of the mind control facility. There's the freedom ending as it existed in the beta. There's some interesting little stuff in here. There's the old countdown desk. Could go up and down. So yeah, they combined the countdown and the mind control facility into a single location rather than having it be an up or a down from the elevator. Mock-up of the game design. Just an idea of how the environment's built and some different things like that. Let's see, Stanley's office over time, the first iteration from 2011, and then one from 2012, and then the 2013 layout. Some interesting little stuff in here. Lots of different things in here. There's some narrator emails. So people sent emails to the narrator, and here's where they got put. So you can just watch and read all of these in this little ending area. It's a fun little spot. There was going to be an ending where Stanley ended up on a battlefield fighting aliens. So, there's some stuff that never got used. Just some little alien-based stuff. Some of the promotional screenshots from their announcements and teasers for the Deluxe edition, the Ultra Deluxe. So yeah, lots of fun little behind the scenes kind of stuff to see back here. But alas, we must move on. I think this starts to spoil one of the endings we haven't seen yet, so I won't be diving into that too deeply. Plus, if you guys ever played this game for yourself too, it's fairly easy to get back here. It's not too hidden or anything, so.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
And back we are once again. Oh boy, this...
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory.
What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
I love when they throw the little extra bits of dialogue in there just to shake things up.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Clearly, I knew the bucket was the most powerful entity in this game, and if it weren't for whatever 12 emblems of something that Stanley had, I guess,
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door.
then the bucket would have taken over or something. I don't know. Very, very strange. But now let's go take the bucket to this lovely ending.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet.
Best thing about the bucket.
I have no coming to a staircase.
Best thing about the bucket is that narrator can't lock the broom closet anymore.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Alright, we'll just keep walking. Alright, Mr. Bucket, you're gonna see some behind-the-scenes development. Let's go.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Let's go! We're gonna escape. We're gonna actually escape this time. And not get faked out of escaping. For sure.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read,
we're going this way.
Control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
He's still mentioning the bucket. He had to record all this dialogue.
Shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every
He
opportunity
had to record this dialogue with the bucket included.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
It's fine, no big deal. We'll just... as long as we're together, we'll be fine. Whee! Still got the bucket. Still got the bucket.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
Lies.
To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it
No,
was
the
crushed
bucket.
violently to death.
You still got the
It was
bucket.
a shame, the death of such a
No,
magnificent
they took my bucket away.
It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a
No.
glorious bucket to behold.
They took away my bucket. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness?
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Where are you taking my bucket? I guess that's where it stopped. 25 buckets. A photograph of 25. I think there's more than 25 buckets. I have a feeling there's more than 25 buckets in this picture. Photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. We found the bucket museum. A bucket with 2 handles. This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Oh my gosh. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains, no one can control a bucket. Clearly. The stress bucket, presented without commentary. Let's see. You put all of your worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, and lack of reassurance into the bucket. The vulnerability is the size and strength of the bucket. Stress is the level of water in the bucket, and your coping strategies are the holes in the bucket. Rest and relaxation, doing something you enjoy. Rest and relaxation. Empty the stress bucket. Truly profound. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. We got a leak in the ceiling. There's like cave chanting. There's like gentle chanting. That's so perfect.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitably, is for our own good. Is that the bottomless pit? Let's go! What?
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Go on.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket.
Interesting.
We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together.
Sorry,
the bucket
Stanley.
should take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Sometimes you just gotta chuck it in the bucket. Yep. Welcome on in. How's it going? Oh, the bucket is right there waiting for me. Perfect.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yeah, let's go. Let's take one last trip with the bucket before we call it. And then next time we will have 2 more figurines to look for. One in the warehouse, I believe. And then somewhere both red and blue. I'm pretty sure I know where that is. That's on one of the ending routes that we haven't been on yet. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Let's try something real quick. Aha. Alright, Mr. Bucket, we're going on a new adventure. This adventure is, an interesting one. Considering that we're not supposed to be here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Oh.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Unfortunately, we gotta skip that one.
All of his co-workers
Mental illness warning. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one for now.
Perhaps. Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Oh man. Oh no. Now I just want to see what he says when you pick up the bucket.
All of his co-workers
There's so many
gone.
different ones.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Clearly, the greatest bucket that's ever existed. Number one bucket in gaming.
Wait, no,
period.
This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Well, I sure hope so, because I'm picking up this bucket.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Oh, he has so many things to say about the bucket. It's incredible.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
Okay. Interesting.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
This is fantastic. I just want to see these. Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Hello.
Well, not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
This is great. He has so much to say about the bucket.
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
And laugh they shall.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
Stanley checked his ego. Oh my gosh. Oh no, this is too much. This is perfect.
I can't wait to tell this story to my
I
co-workers.
need
Stanley
more
thought.
bucket-related
How amusing they'll
dialogue.
Find it.
Please.
Oh, won't we all?
Stanley cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace, protective yet delicate, assertive yet compassionate.
Oh man. I would go for another ending, but I don't know which one's gonna be short enough for me to do with both Stanley and then Stanley and the bucket.
Stanley's bucket, the only co-worker he would ever truly need.
What is this extension? That's an interesting extension. I haven't seen that one before. Strange.
Stanley clutched the bucket.
I wonder if I can go in the elevator with the bucket. There's an elevator in the upstairs area. See if I can go open it. Boink. Open up the broom
Coming to the
closet.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Let me take a look. I can open the door. Cool. Alright, let's take a ride with the bucket. I think, honestly, I think this is the best place for me to end the stream for today. Just this delightful experience. We're here with this lovely music and our bucket. All hail the mighty bucket. Oh, well. I'm definitely not used to streaming. I have to get back into the swing of things, but I'm sure 4 hours will feel less draining to me again once I've gotten back into doing it regularly. And I would theoretically love to do more than once a week, since I have the capability of doing so now. But that is something for me to figure out another time. For now, I am going to sign off for today. Let me just double check one thing real quick. Never hurts to check and just see what's going on. Getting bored now. Yeah, I think we'll call it there. That will be it from me for today. Thank you all so much for being here and hanging out. I appreciate you all being here and joining this return stream. And, you know, it turns out that streaming over the Wi-Fi, it didn't seem like it was doing too badly. Only 2% of my frames dropping is not too bad, all things considered. So, thank you all for being here. And until the next stream, take care, everyone.